If you're walking late at night and suddenly a random dog, it's not your dog, starts walking next to you and you see that he has human eyes, that means that something bad is gonna happen to you. Now, I'm not gonna tell you the story of a man or woman that met this dog, but I will tell you the story of the dog. Back in the old days in Guatemala lived an old couple that did not have offspring, but they did have a big land and a big house. So the neighbors around began wondering what was going to happen with the property once the old couple were gone. And so they had the brilliant idea of start bringing their children to see if the old couple would like them enough to adopt them. And so at some point somebody would inherit something. It didn't work. But there was a neighbor that wanted the house so badly that he desired to come every single day, volunteer to run any errands in the nearest town, to sweep, to mop, to dust, to cook, anything that the old couple needed. And in time, he became the perfect son. But you know how life is, right? One day the old couple died. And when the lawyer was going through the will, to the disappointment of this neighbor that I told you about, nobody had inherited anything at all. Which became the perfect situation because all the neighbors decided that the first thing to do was to split everything. So this neighbor that I told you about, he managed to keep that house. Not exactly with the blessings of the other neighbors. But immediately, he moved into the house with his wife and 2 children and after the first week, it felt as if it was fate that had brought them into that house. Until one night, after they all had gone to sleep, the man woke up hearing as if somebody was running around the house. At that time, they didn't have electricity, so he lit up a candle, checked on the wife, checked on the children. No. A thief? No. It must have been the frijoles, the beans. My wife always tells me I shouldn't be eating beans before I go to sleep because it causes you nightmares. You can't sleep well. That's it. And he went back to sleep. The second night, the man woke up, but this time somebody was bang, 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 banging on the walls. He lit up a candle, checked on the wife, checked on the children. Thief? No. Has to be, my wife told me just today that I'm working too hard on the fields. You know, I need to drink more water and not work too hard because then you get nightmares, You can't sleep well. That's what it is. And he went back to sleep. However, the third night, nobody was running or banging on the walls. This time, when the man was having a very pleasant dream, with wife included, from underneath the bed came crawling a hairy hand that at the beginning started to caress his thigh, and was having a very pleasant dream. But then grabbed his thigh and tried to pull him out of the bed. That's when he woke up and saw the hairy hands. He thought, my wife, hairy hands? He checked, but she didn't have hairy hands, but still he worked her out. And then both began to wrestle back and forth against the hairy hand, and finally the hairy hand released him and disappeared underneath the bed. Oh, after that, they were entirely convinced that something wrong was going on in that house. Next day, when they went to see a sahuri, a curandero, a shaman, one of those men or women that see what you cannot see, that know what you don't know, and can talk with the ones that you cannot talk. And he told them that, since they have moved into the house, not exactly with the permission of the previous owners and the blessing of the neighbors, they had awakened evil spirits of jealousy, greed, and ambition. But there was a way to expel those evil spirits. Mainly what they needed to do was to perform a ritual called a secreto, a secret. And so he went on saying, vea, todo lo que se tiene que hacer es con las campañas, las corta 4, las pones en la casa. Después cada una se vaya a apartarlo por la mitad, póngale abajo de la cama, abra la Biblia, Salmo 91, le da por 7 noches. Y después saca un pañito de agua, ruda, saca un poquito de miel y verá que con eso todo el mal espiritual y usted puede dormir tranquilo. You got it? It's a secret. You can't tell. But just in case one day you decide to move into somebody's house and they send you the evil spirits because you're staying longer than you're supposed to stay, what you needed to do, or they needed to do, was to get some papayas and pineapples, cut it in 4, put it in the corners of the house, get onion, cut it in half, put it underneath the bed. It works for the bad energies. Then open the Bible, Psalm 91. It really works against evil spirits. My mom can testify about that. And some showers and a little bit of ruda, sea salt, and honey. And yes, The evil spirits were gone. Well, not for long. A week after that, one night, after they all had gone to sleep, the man woke up. But this time, somebody was sweeping the house. Lirvacándote con wife, children, no. A thief cleaning my house. No. It can't be the evil spirits, no. Oh, he couldn't sleep at all. The second night, after they all had gone to sleep, the man again woke up. But this time, somebody was dusting and sweeping. Lirvacándote con wife, children, no. Oh, he couldn't sleep.